Okay, so let's talk about the newest trailer for the final season of Atlanta, which will premiere in September. So this pretty much comes not even like a year after we just got the previous season, which I think definitely we can all agree is the most divisive. Whether you hate it or you love it, you have to admit it was different, and it really pushed the series as a whole into new and untouched boundaries and direction that we hadn't seen before, and that was great for it. I'm excited to see them back in Atlanta for the final season, and it looks like now that they are back, there's a lot going on here. Before we get into some of these things, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Make sure that you also aren't forgetting to commenting down below your thoughts and opinions. Really appreciate seeing those comments, and I try to respond to as many as I can. But let's talk about Atlanta now. So we covered all of the last season. If you haven't caught up with it, definitely go check it out, and check out the videos as well. We're going to be covering the next season just the same way, so you don't want to miss out on that. But let's talk about this exactly what we see here. So pretty much everybody's back from Europe. Europe was a whole thing with them where I think we're going to see that they sort of transformed into who they were as people. We saw all of them grow as well, and really see what it was like in another place that wasn't the United States, which was a whole different experience for sure, with the cultures and everything going on around them. I thought that was great, and definitely a great way to get us into this final season, where it looks like not only have they changed their perspective of everything, but people around them have changed their perspective on them, and sort of finding this new sort of fame and glory that comes with what they were doing up there. It looks like Ern and Van are trying to also rekindle the relationship here in this new season, whereas it looked like in the previous couple of seasons it was sort of going downwards as well. But it looks like now that they are trying to sort of maybe make something work out of all of this. Paperboy looks like he is definitely trying to figure himself out even more as he is tackling this new sort of fame as well, and attention that he hadn't gotten for sure, comparing it to season 1. And Darius also seems to just try and really comprehend the world around him. It looks as he pretty much had an eye-opening experience, especially with the Nigerian restaurant back in Europe, and I think that's something that he's coming to back to Atlanta with thoughts about as well. So overall, the season looks good. There definitely is a lot more happening here that feels more on the actiony feel of it as well. We see Ace is going to be an interesting episode as well, because I'm curious to see what exactly this whole thing going on here is that has him in this predicament for sure. So like I said, a lot in this trailer that we see here, and I think that what we saw in Europe definitely was sort of like the beginning of the end for this trajectory where they're going. I think that we could definitely see Paperboy ultimately be led into the stardom side of it all by the end of this season. And I do hope we get that happy ending for all of them for sure, because where we saw them in the first season and we saw them in the previous season, there is definitely a lot happening there. I think that we also saw that Ern definitely took a backseat in the episodes of the previous season, where it felt more like a thing about Paperboy, and I really did dig the whole Van episode that was for us there, set to give us that final resolution of things. Also, I think that the whole thing with Ern and the white Ern was interesting, and I wonder if that will get sort of talked about as here, because in the post-credit scene for Atlanta the previous season, we saw that Ern got a backpack that was meant for the other Ern, the white Ern, but it was given to him since the name and everything. And I'm curious to see if that gets addressed or not. Doesn't have to be addressed in my opinion. It would sort of be a little fun nod as well, as we felt like the last season was definitely more on the surreal side of things, which I thought was cool. And that was sort of the down part of it for a lot of people, was that surreal aspect of it all, where it was like, did it happen? Did it not happen? Like the cameos and everything that happened in that one there with Liam Neeson, and just to name a few of them as well there. I thought that they were cool to have because it made things feel a lot more surreal for sure, like I said. So definitely excited to see how this season goes. It looks like this one's going to be more grounded for sure, but who knows, right? We never know with Atlanta what they try to pull. For a series like this to come to an end, it does feel like the right time, and I like that they're not trying to just extend it for any reason, and they are giving us what they need to give us for sure. So excited for it. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions on this final season. Are you excited or not? Will you be watching? Did you like the previous season? I'm curious to know, because that was such a divisive season. As I said, I personally enjoyed it. I covered it throughout the whole run, and I will do the same with this new season, but I definitely see why people felt divisive about it. I'm curious to see as well if we will get any of the Atlanta characters we've gotten throughout all of the seasons. Definitely would be a great way to sort of close out the show as a whole, to see most of them come back and all of that. And I wonder what kind of ending that Donald Glover will give us. As we know, he very much still likes to play risky things and do what he thinks is necessary, not really give what the fans want. And I always like that about it, because I definitely think that as a creator of any type of art, you are supposed to not give the audience what they want, but give them what you know they need. And I think he does that the best out of a lot of the shows we get nowadays. So I'm excited to see what type of ending he has to wrap up the show as a whole, right? So we'll definitely be watching September 15 when this releases. We'll be doing live shows. We'll be doing talking about the episodes, recaps, all of that. So stay tuned for all of that as it comes out. And I'm excited to see it. So, but anyways, as always, that is going to do it for me. If you haven't already subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. I talk about other shows as well. Better Call Saul, Only Murders in the Building, American Horror Stories, and a ton of other stuff that's coming out for sure. So don't miss out on any of that by subscribing and hitting that notification bell, because at 25,000 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway. We're so close to 24,000, so we're getting closer to that. Don't miss out on it. Check out the videos on the left if you haven't already. Check out all my other Atlanta videos I've done as well. And as always, that is going to do it for me. At the end of the video, we will have a trailer for our podcast that is premiering tomorrow. And it's going to be horror based, so you don't want to miss out on that either, as we'll be doing a lot of fun stuff over there as well. But make sure you're subscribed to see when that drops for sure. But as always, that is going to do it for me. Stay safe, stay positive. Hey, if you're still listening, really appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed that trailer for our podcast dropping tomorrow. We will be having more on it tonight as well. We will be doing a live talking about it and sort of getting y'all ready for that. That's going to be so fun. I'm excited to do this podcast all the way up until Halloween Day. So it's going to be exciting, and I hope that you will join us on this journey. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, stay positive, my friends.